But first, let's begin with the story where the Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke has announced a reduction in working days for civil servants to alleviate economic hardship caused by rising transportation costs. The new schedule categorizes employees based on grade levels, with those on grade level 1 to 10 working 3 days a week, and those on grade level 12 to 17 working 4 days a week. This decision aims to provide relief to public servants, and as an added measure, the payment of palliatives has been extended for 2 more months. The governor's spokesperson, Olawale Rashid, said this development comes as Governor Adeleke continues to implement measures to support the welfare of Osun State citizens. And it must be added that this step taken by the governor is not open to medical personnel, security officers, political office holders, and accounting officers who are said will not benefit from this measure put in place by the government because of the essential service that they offer, so to speak. But perhaps there might be an arrangement for them, maybe providing transportation, so as a way of cushioning the effect for them, since they will be going to work every day. It's important that the governor and the state government rather look at something that can be done for this person, so as it wouldn't be like they are being cut off from the measures put in place by government, because they also go to the same markets these same people go to. The economic situation is also touching them or affecting them one way or the other. So government needs to also look at providing palliative specific to these people.
Yes, it's a good one, and I say kudos to the Osun State government, and it's just to remind other governors of different states to think of what they can do to help their civil servants and the citizens generally, because this is for the civil servants. But what about those who are within the MSMEs, those who are in private sectors and all of that? So I guess even the private sector should also borrow some leaf from this gesture to the civil servants in Osun State. After post-pandemic, we started talking about, or during pandemic, we started talking about working from home, where people do Zoom meetings. They also help contribute to what is going on in the office, from home, if depending on the kind of services that you render. Most times they always say, well, civil servants or civil service, sometimes we have over bloated work service, and we also have redundant offices, redundant positions, and all of that. But that doesn't mean that those who need to benefit from working from home should not benefit from this. So the governor should also think of, and other governors should also think of, other means or other ways to better the lot of the people of the state. But this doesn't mean that we should not think of ideas, strategies. This is short term, to think in the long term. What do we do to, reduce the impact of the fuel subsidy removal in the economy? Because we don't understand what is coming on from the NNPC, the Dangote, all the shenanigans in the oil sector. Because I know these people are not really interested in how Nigerians, feel, because everyone goes to the market, and the spillover effect of the price of, crudes. The price of petrol, petrol per liter, and all of that, spill over to other prices of goods and services. So we should think of how we can be creative to make life better for the citizens. Kudos to Osun State government, and other governors should borrow from that.
From last year, some state governments had started, introducing palliative measures to cushion the effect of, at the time, the removal of fuel subsidy.
That's right.
And all of the issues, attendant issues that came as a result of that declaration by the president. And we saw some state governments also talking about some packages in terms of increment of salaries of their workers, civil servants, and all of it. Some also reduced the number of working days. We saw that in Kwara State. Some also even brought out vehicles, buses,
That's right.
To transport workers to their various offices. And so, as it is now, all hands have to be on deck to addressing this matter, and then look at how they can cushion the effect. You have talked about long-term And then again, the federal government needs to also look at long-term solutions. Just yesterday, reports about the CBN raising interest rates to about 27.25%, and there are concerns about that and the attendant implications, because Nigerians and even the private sector, who are the ones at the heart of all of these matters of interest rate, who go to the banks to collect monies to fund their businesses, are also saying that perhaps at the end of the day, we might be looking at cutting down on staffers.
That's right.
And so it's important that as state governments are acting on the one hand, the federal government is complementing. And so there has to be a balance one way or the other. So the raising of this interest rate is also tightening the noose on the private sector.
Absolutely.
Be it at the state or federal government level. So there's little or nothing they can do as things are getting tighter for them. So I think there has to be some balance in the approach towards addressing issues of economic hardship.
Absolutely. So I also want to advise those who will be at home, they should not, frolic. They should not just stay back home saying, yeah, I'm not going to work today. I just want to sleep all day. Some of them, they have, on cultivated land. Yeah, they should just go to their farms, think of how can I contribute to, the food crisis, cashing on it, go to farm, get to farm crops and all of that, and then start selling. So with all of this, it will definitely help you, your immediate family, your neighborhood, and even getting into the market,
the society in general,
money out of it. So the government of Southwest, for instance, they are talking about going to the farm, ensuring that they cultivate several hectares of lands.
Absolutely,
so that they will be able to.
Because of our time, yes, there's so much to talk about. Whatever measures has been put in place, my concern is that everyone balances their act at the end of the day, and the interest of the average Nigerian is brought to the fore. Let's bring you